Hello YouTube, today is May 25th, 2016. Today I'm setting the ignition timing on my car. I just rebuilt the engine and I've got to reset the timing. So if you have to do this on a Miata, there's a couple tools you're going to need. You'll need a Phillips screwdriver, number 2, to take off the air intake tubing. You're going to need a 21mm wrench so that you can rotate the crankshaft bolt. And you'll want a feeler gauge or a spark plug gap tool to check the gap of the crankshaft position sensor. So what I did here is I rotated this down so that one of the beaks on the sensor plate is right next to the sensor. And what you want to do is measure that gap. This factory calls for 0.5 millimeter to 1.5 millimeter. I just use a spark plug feeler gap tool to set that. Once that's set, you can also see at this same point the two marks on the wheel here. There's the white mark and the yellow mark. The yellow mark, as far as I'm aware, is supposed to be the top dead center mark, and this one I think is 10 degrees advanced. So to make the actual adjustment, you have to also loosen the camshaft angle sensor, which is right here. This is what you rotate back and forth to set the timing. I have a wrench on here right now, you can see it right here, and it's on a nut back in here, which is kind of hard to see, but if you look carefully you can see there it is right in there. You just need to loosen this so that you can turn this. Unfortunately, when I had this head cleaned, I lost the mark that I had made for my timing, so I have to reset the timing. Now before you start, the engine has to be warmed up, so I've got to put it together and warm it up, and then we can actually make the adjustment. Okay, so here's part 2 of setting the ignition timing on the Miata. We have the sensor loosened right here. You can actually like turn this back and forth a little bit right now. You have to put a jumper wire into the diagnostic connector here between TEN and ground to put the engine in diagnostic mode. You've got 12 volts for the timing light here, a ground connection here, and then I have the inductive clamp on the plug wire for cylinder number 1. And we're going to be setting the timing by looking down into this gap right here. So we're going to go ahead and start the engine. Okay, now with the engine running in diagnostic mode, we can point the light down here and see where our yellow and white mark is. There's our yellow mark, and we want the yellow mark at 10. That's top dead center. So what I'm going to do is turn the sensor slightly, push this, okay. Go ahead and push on that sensor for me a little. Okay, go the other way. Okay, keep going. A little more. Right there. Okay, so that's about 11 or 12. That's about perfect. So what we'll do now, we slowed our idle down a little bit. So let's speed the idle up. So we'll turn the idle up here. Alright. Let's see what the tachometer says, and we'll check the timing one more time. Tach looks pretty good. Let's check the timing one more time. That looks good to me. Okay. Now that's how you do it. So now just tighten down the bolt on the back of the sensor. You just need to tighten down that bolt and make a mark from the sensor to the head so that you have a reference mark for the future in case you have to take that sensor back out. So, okay, thanks for watching.